Good morning. Welcome to Brunch with Brian. Welcome, brunchers, all you first-time viewers and all you regular brunchers, all our faithful followers. And let's jump right in, guys. We want to keep things moving all the time. And of course, we know our routine with Brunch with Brian. And we start with a smile. So everybody put a big smile on your face. That's the way to start or continue your day. And remember, 30 seconds. I'm not going to run my little, or well, maybe I will. Okay, every time you do it, you got to do it for 30 seconds. So remember, we got our stopwatch, and you guys all have a stopwatch on your, if you're a iWatch person. And so we got 30 seconds. You got to keep smiling for 30 seconds. 30 seconds will achieve the mental mental attitude that you want. And today, actually, we're talking about positive mental attitude. That's our talk today. We're going to do Teaching Tuesdays later today. So hopefully you're all going to be on Teaching Tuesdays. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. And on Teaching Tuesdays today, we're going to be talking about steps to mental maintenance, steps to mental maintenance. And so obviously, guys, we have challenges in the world. There's always challenges in the world. And we have challenges going on right now in the world. And so we want to keep mental maintenance. So I have my little M here. My M stands for mental maintenance. Actually, it's the University of Minnesota, where I graduated. Many of you guys know I graduated summa cum laude, which Lynette brags about. I guess I have a couple of brain cells up there. And so now we're going to do our breathing. So everybody, oh, we're up with our time. Stop our time. That's 1:15 if you kept smiling that whole time. So again, guys, just smile anytime during the day you think of smiling. Just close your eyes. Seriously, close your eyes and smile for 10 seconds. And I'm telling you, it's the fastest, easiest mood changer you can find. Positive mental attitude, mental maintenance, smiling a lot. That's going to be one of the steps. Is dedicating, committing to smiling. Okay, deep breathing. Let's do three deep breaths. Ready? In, hold it for a sec. And when you let it out, just relax. Loosen up. Okay, ready? One more. Oh, that feels so good to deep breathe. Always try to do it 3 times a day at least. Okay, ready? And let it go. You're all doing this with me, right? You're doing this. You got to do this with me. And also our movement. And we're going to do movement in a minute. First, we're going to do our quote and our reading. So today we have, we're talking about mental maintenance today. So talking about mental maintenance, I actually have a nice article I found. You know, in terms of mental maintenance, a lot of times we're knocked down by other people in our life. Think about somebody who makes you feel a low self-esteem or a negative attitude, not a positive mental attitude. Okay, well, guess what? You're giving that person some power over you. There's a nice quote by Eleanor Roosevelt, and she says, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." So you are cooperating in a negative attitude. You can strive higher and maintain your positive mental attitude, which is the steps we're going to talk about today. This is by an author. This was an article that I found actually on 8 tips to help create a positive mental attitude. That's a nice thing, guys. There's good reading to be had out there. You can always find good articles to read. This is by Declan O'Flaherty. Is that ever an Irish name? Okay, I'm half Irish myself, so that's good. And Irish people, oh, well, you know, everybody, it's funny because you think of different people's nationalities and you think of different attitudes and different, are they a positive mental attitude or not? Now, if you think of someone like a Scandinavian person from Norway, you know, from the frozen tundra of the north, you know, they're pretty stoic. You know, and then you think of an Italian person, very, gregarious and outgoing and bubbly and, connected. And maybe that's one of the problems with Italy with the COVID-19 is they're very close culture. So depending on kind of how you grew up and the household that you grew up in, you developed a certain mental attitude. And are you an outgoing, happy person? Or are you not? And you know what? I think there is an element of nature versus nurture. Trinity and I were just talking about that with the dogs yesterday. When you have a dog has a natural personality just through nature, what nature gave them. And then how you treat the dog obviously creates part of their personality. So it's nature and nurture. So you'll have some of nature in you. And so I grew up in kind of a tough household for having a positive mental attitude. And so I have nature, but naturally, maybe I have a regular positive attitude just because of my physical makeup. I have pretty good physical makeup, so it tends to keep me more positive. I have energy, and that's good. But what you grew up around, that nurture really impacts how you're able to maintain your positive mental attitude. So mental maintenance, though, can be something that you can win, be something you can achieve through a little effort. And we're going to talk about that today on Teaching Tuesdays of how you can do that. But we all want to keep a more positive mental attitude, and a couple of nice tips that I found in here for our reading. Remember, you are powerful. Most of the time we have no idea what we're supposed to be doing or who we are supposed to be imitating. I say imitating because this is what we do. We conform to the external environment. We play roles and cover up our true selves by identifying with things that end up defining who we are. I'm a doctor, salesperson, secretary, lawyer. I'm happy, sad, lonely, or miserable. So you're defining yourself by your emotions and by your roles. Now, I talk about roles all the time. I love talking about roles. I think we live our life in a series of roles. We have our jobs, and that's a role. We have our relationships, and we're a different person in each of those relationships. Even if you have 3 kids, you're not dad or mom to those 3 kids the same way. You're a different mom or a different dad. So you play different roles throughout your day. You just want to make sure you understand what the roles are, that you're not just unconsciously going through your life unaware that you're playing these roles, and how you can play them better and be happier in the playing. What did Shakespeare say? I'm going to quote another one. All of life is a stage, and the men and women merely players. We strut and fret our moments upon the stage. That's about as much as I remember. And then we go on, okay? So we have our time on the stage, and we act out our life, and you're playing a lot of different roles, whether you realize it or not. And then at the end, we're gone, okay? So we're gonna play lots of great roles and be very super positive and positive with other people and help other people have a positive mental attitude. So what's my role now? My role now is I'm a teacher role and a coach role. And I wanna coach you guys. I wanna help you be more positive, happier. I wanna help you make distinctions in your life and be more intelligent about your life. So, and just keep you on a positive track. And what? We always talk about the law of attraction. So staying positive, attracting more positive things in your life. There's enough negative stuff out there. Let's face it. There's a lot of negative stuff in the world and a lot of negative people in the world. So you got to strive hard to stay positive. And sometimes it takes effort. And we're going to talk about the ways you can make that effort today on Teaching Tuesdays later. So remember you're powerful. Remember your roles. Write out the roles you play. And guys, put an adjective by your roles. Happy mom, happy dad. Positive coach, positive, whatever your job is, helpful doctor. Okay. And then the one other little reading I want to do here, realize that you get to control your reactions. You get to control your emotions. Sometimes we think we're out of control. Things happen in the world and we react. We get mad, we get upset, we get sad. But those, you can control your reactions. So we create our outside reality by the thoughts and beliefs we maintain about life in general. This is so true. And guys, I had a little health challenge a couple of weeks ago, and I had a really great fresh outlook after that. And I thought, wow, I'm just going to let go of all the junk in my life and just focus on the positives and relax and be happier and not be so stressed. And, you know, I'm working to hang on to that, and I'm working to stay positive. And one of the big changes I made was we instituted, after I had that health challenge, we instituted Brunch with Brian. So this is a way that I took and instituted a system, a habit, a regular habit that will keep me more positive, and hopefully all of you guys way more positive and happy in your life. So we all have problems, and we're often tested by circumstances outside of our control. Even though you may not be in control of what's going on outside you, you most definitely can control your reaction to those situations. We have the power because our inner world affects the influence we allow our outer world to have on us. So the next time you hear somebody say something negative, you know, you don't have to own that. You can keep it out there. And if anybody says something positive and you have control, you are in control, guys. You are in control of the words and thoughts you think. That's why we like to do our readings. That's why we like to expose ourselves to Brunch with Brian. That's why every day, except for Saturday and Sunday, we always show up on Brunch with Brian. Right, guys? Yep, give us some good reactions there. I don't know how much reactions you guys give, and if you have questions and stuff, you know, I might do a little session where I take questions at the end, but we're always, you know, running tight, and I want to keep this under 15 minutes. We always have good stuff to cover. So let's do our movement. That's our great reading, staying really positive. You are in control. You are powerful. You get to decide. And now let's just do a little movement. Let's just do our basic stretching set, guys. This is our basic stretching set. This is the basic stretching that you can do every day really fast. Okay, first, we start off by stretching up. Oh, that's always good. Oh boy, I haven't stretched this morning. Oh yeah. Okay, and then we stretch down, let it hang. Okay, that's always good. Okay, let it loosen it up, guys, if you can. Loosen it up. Okay, straighten out. Okay, stretch up. And down one more time. Oh, okay, this is getting us going in the morning. Okay, hands on your hips. Stretch to this side. Don't overdo it. Just, you know, you're waking your body up. Stretch to that side. Another time over here. Another time over here. Now let's roll. And guys, there's joints. You got everything coming out of your torso is a joint. Okay, so you got your neck joint. So let's loosen that up. Loosen, turn as far as you can that way. As far as you can that way. Down. Oh, that's always good. Okay, loosen up your neck. Guys, so much tension. And here, today, you know what? Today, let's focus on massaging your neck. Okay, so let's, oh boy, that's good. So guys, if you're holding a lot of tension, if you're sitting at your desk for an hour, let's try to massage your neck after, and you're gonna feel so much better. Self-massage, I have a whole section on that in our Taking Action event, our Taking Action workshop. So I love that. Loosen up your neck, shoulder joints, okay? And then we did legs yesterday. We got down on the floor a little bit. Just try to make sure your hips are loose, you know. A lot of people have problems in their hips as they get older. So, you know, rotate your hips, try to keep them loose, and your ankles and wrists. Don't forget those joints. That's always good to loosen up. That felt good. Okay, got a little bit of motion, got a little bit of movement, got to move every day. Guys, if you don't do that stretching every day, if you don't do just a little bit of stretching like that, how long did that take? Less than a minute. But that 1 minute will really make an impact over the years. So take a minute every day, do a little stretching, loosen up. You can do a lot more. And I think we're going to institute something where we're going to do stretching Saturdays, where you guys can actually join me for like a long stretch on a Saturday. And we might even do self-flex Sundays or something like that, where we do the self-flex, because I've never really gotten into that and shown you guys all the different moves for that. But remember, guys, anytime during the day you can do self-flex. You know, it's just muscle against muscle. Any muscle that you want to tense up, you know, you can just find a way to push against something. Okay, so great day today. Great brunch with Brian. Very exciting, very good stuff. Don't forget, join us on Teaching Tuesdays today, a little bit later today, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. And today we're going to be talking about maintaining mental maintenance. So steps to mental maintenance. So don't miss that. We'll see you guys later for that. And thanks for joining us on Brunch with Brian again. See you tomorrow and see you this afternoon too.